So today we're going to talk about inclusivity and diversity in research. Inclusivity and diversity are two hot topics at the moment in general across the higher education landscape. But how exactly do they relate to research? And especially research student experience here at the University of Northampton.
I think it's particularly important right now to talk about issues of equality, diversity, inclusivity, particularly in universities and particularly in university research environments, which don't always get the same attention.
It shouldn't be something that's an afterthought, it should be something that's already embedded in it when we come to do the research. So we should be thinking about power relations, we should be thinking about the type of people we're approaching, how we're approaching them, what kinds of things we're imposing on them for doing our research instead of them being organically kind of part of that process.
Being both a senior lecturer and being a PGR student, not an easy thing to do. I chose to be a home student because I thought that would make it a bit easier to do PGR study and work, because I knew I needed to work full-time in order to, manage life, mortgage and everything else that goes with it.
Yeah, I think it's definitely got its pros and cons, and I think it depends on what type of person you are. So, you're not just managing a PhD, but from October till April, you're doing a bit of teaching on the side, but you've got these pinch points that come up halfway through each semester where you've got marking to do, whether it be exams, group presentations.
So I live about a 4.5-hour drive away from here, and therefore I don't come very often, but I do feel part of the community because I made contacts in in my induction week. I made connections with people that I've managed to keep hold of, and the online opportunities. So the notice boards, the PGR notice board is really useful.
So I try to come about once a week, but it's absolutely amazing when I do, because, well, all of my friends are here, who are now friends. They weren't when I started out, obviously. And it's just so nice to catch up with people, and it's not just about research, but we can talk about just what's happening in other people's lives.
Being an international student is really challenging because there are so many things you notice you are missing, so many events and activities that you cannot participate in. But at the same time, it is really interesting because you realize there's so many things that you can have access to.
It is possible to have a positive experience of being a PGR student at a university that you don't live near to. There are other ways of being in contact. Attend all the conferences, take opportunities to attend all the training opportunities, and keep connected to the people that you know, and you will feel part of the community.
The Doctor of Business Administration program at the Faculty of Business and Law at the University of Northampton started not from a long time ago, and we also have international profile for our DBA students, so they are not just nationally located in UK. We have students from Singapore, Middle East and elsewhere. So it is very, very diverse in terms of gender, location, background and so on.
One of the most common types of research which Level 8 research students will undertake is desk-based research. That could be done in your home, in a converted office, in a room, or if you're on campus, it can be done here in the hub of all things PGR, in the Research Student Workspace, in the Senate building at Waterside campus.
My workspace entails from being in the actual office doing the data analysis to down here in the labs using the sports science equipment. We've got force plates that we can measure balance on. We've got the dynamometer, which you can just see behind us, where you can measure leg strength. And we've got the actual training machine, of course.
So one of the specialised spaces that we have to do research here at the University of Northampton are the science labs. Here I am in the preparation room of two of our labs here in the Creative Hub at the new Waterside campus. This provides provision for science students of varying varieties to be able to undertake their lab-based research.
Okay, so my research is about body deviance and its representation in young adult literature. In terms of body deviance, I mean people like myself who have tattoos and piercings and whose body deviance or body modification is choice, but also people who have disability, visible disability.
My topic is quite niche, so I research women with tattoos in psychology, so perceptions towards women, perceptions towards tattooed mothers, perceptions around pain and pain management and femininity.
And I guess my research is important to me, and also as a sort of a wider perspective, if you like, because there's so many people out there who suffer from insecurities and depression and low self-esteem due to pressure that they face, that they don't conform to society's expectations.
So for me, when I started it, obviously I'm basing my research pretty much on myself. Like, oh, tattoos are great, being tattooed, being a tattooed woman. And then actually speaking to women of colour about their experiences of being tattooed, or as I say, speaking to single mums or older women who've been tattooed or younger women. So it kind of really broadened out through that research community, my understanding of diversity